Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial video from MJD Web Design. First off, a massive thank you for the 5,000 subscribers now, and if we've not reached it when this tutorial goes out, I'm pretty sure we're going to be one off or two off. We're going to be pretty damn close. So let's start off that with this tutorial just by saying thanks for that. So as you probably guessed by the title of the video, this tutorial is going to be covering using image sprites on your web page. Now, for anyone who might not know, an image sprite is just basically a base image for a whole set of icons or images, pictures, whatever. So the idea is it helps optimization of your site. Everything loads faster because it only has to load that one image rather than having to pick up and find a whole bunch of different icons. So we'll get straight into it, and we'll go first off. We'll go to Fireworks. I'm going to show you how to make the image sprite as well as program it into your website, because why not? I may as well cover it all. So I have got, let's find the website here, these icons made by FreePick from www.flaticon.com. So the link for this website where I got the icons will be down in the description box below. So we're going to be using these set of icons. They are all 64 by 64. Just to make it easier for this tutorial, your icons or pictures can be whatever size, really. However, if you have different sized icons or pictures in your image sprite, you are going to have to change some code around and change the width and heights and stuff. But once you get the basics, like I'm going to show you, done, that kind of stuff should be easy. So I'll go ahead, just highlight all these, and we'll pull them into Fireworks. Right, so we've got them all here. So we've got the star, the kind of like location icon, I think that is, like a target, and then like some kind of heart poker chip, let's say. So to create the image sprite, what we're going to do is, first of all, we want to get these in kind of like a grid. So we want to make the image as small as possible, so we'll bunch them up, but not so they're touching. So what I'm going to do is, just for like design purposes, I'm going to go ahead and create myself a rounded rectangle that is 64 by 64. Okay, and I'm just going to make it the same color as the let's make it just maybe a 333, and we'll just change the border radius a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to align this in the top left. Right, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to have it just side by side. Okay, so I've got my 64 by 64 squares or rounded rectangles complete, and I'm just going to go ahead and fit these icons in here. Okay, so I've completed my icons. As you can see, I've just shrunk them down a bit so they fit in these 64 by 64 rounded rectangles, and I've just changed the color so they're all white rather than the black because it didn't quite fit the background. So I'm going to go ahead and make the canvas transparent, and I'm just going to click fit canvas. Okay. What I'm also going to do here is just this part, we're going to prepare something for later on in this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and okay. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste these. So now I've got another set of these icons, and I'm just going to position them underneath. Okay. So let's go ahead and just mark these with the ruler. So this is another tip for you to do. If you're working with anything like this, it is good to use these borders, because obviously they're not going to show up on the actual image, but they give you a very good idea of where everything's at. Okay, so there we go. That is our those are our icons that we're going to be using. So go ahead, file save as, and I'm just going to save it over this one. Click yes. Right. So now, if we go into our files again, you see that there it is. So it's all in one image, 8 icons. However, we're going to be focusing on the top row of icons at this point. So let's head over to brackets. Now, of course, as you should know by now if you watch my videos, we'll just ignore all the pre-existing styling and code that is on here at the moment, because obviously that is for other things rather than what we're focusing on. So let's start. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by creating div id icons. Okay. And we'll just do icons end. Okay. Inside this div id, we're going to create 4 div classes, and we're going to call them icon. Okay, so let's just copy and paste another 3 of these. So the way we're going to work this is the class icon is going to have the base background image set. So for the class icon, we're going to set the background image to the image, the sprite image we've just made. Okay, so for every single class, icon class, it's going to have the background image sprite image. Okay, and then what we also want to do to this class icon is create a width and height to match the size of the icon that's being used. So let's go ahead and do dot icon, and we're going to do width, and it's going to be 64 pixels, height 64 pixels. Okay, background image URL open brackets apostrophe. I'm going to select sprite image.png, and we'll close that. We'll file save that and see what we've got so far. So as you can see from here, there is our there's our 4 icon classes, and you'll notice that because the width and height is set to 64 pixels and we haven't determined the background position yet, it's just showing this initial star icon. So we want to change that. So let's just add a little bit extra onto this. Let's do display inline block, and we'll just do padding top right, top 0, right we'll just give, say, 10 pixels, and then bottom 0 and left 0, just to give you an idea what that looks like. It just basically just puts them next to each other in a neat line. Let me just check something here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. See, you know what I've done wrong there? Margin. There we go. Right, that's better. See, now these things happen. I'm not going to cut that out of the video because mistakes like that will happen. And I suppose it's better for me to show you that than to just cut it out. So there we go. That's what it's meant to look like. I thought something was wrong there. So now we want to have it so that our icons, rather than just going star, 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 we want it to go star, target, location, and poker chip, or whatever that thing is. So to do that, we're going to give each icon class its own unique ID. So let's give this first one an ID of, well, star. We'll base the IDs off what the icon is. The next one was, so it's target, location, and poker. So let's do target, ID, location, and the final one, ID equals poker. Okay, so now we've got a set of icon classes with their own unique IDs. Now, the IDs are put there so that we can determine the background position. So for the ID star, we want the background to be positioned on the Y and X axis of the image sprite. You know, you'd set the coordinates. So to get those coordinates on fireworks anyway, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so if we select the star as we have done, you'll see that down in this box where the width and height is displayed, you get the X and Y axis. So you can see if you hover at selection X position and selection Y position. Okay, and say let's go for the location ones. If we click here, you'll see it changes to X 128. Okay, so let's try putting that in. So let's say we do hashtag star and we put background position, and then the X is 0 and the Y is 0. Okay, so you see what I did there? X, then Y. So it's 0 and 0. Now, of course, if we go ahead and go over to this, it's not going to change anything. You know, you shouldn't be expecting it to change anything. But let's say we go into the target and we do background position. Go over to our fireworks. We'll select that. And you see X is 64. So we're going to do minus 64 pixels on the X and 0 on the Y. Okay. So you'll see what I've done there. I've put a minus in front of the X position, so it's not just 64 pixels on the X axis. So if we go over and check this now, to refresh it, there we go. It's changed to the target icon. So now if we do these two, so you can see this is minus 128 and minus 192. So let's do location, background position, minus 128 pixels, and then the final one, the final one being poker, background position, minus 192 pixels and 0. So if we head over to Chrome now and have a look, there we go. If you're getting a bit confused, the reason I'm not refreshing the page is because Brackets has a live view option. Just if you were wondering about that. But yeah, there you go. So you can see it works very well. So we've got the star icon, target, location, and poker. So we'll just go over it again. So what you want is you've got your classes, and then each class is given their own ID where you can select the background image, background position, of the sprite image. As well as that, if you're using different sized icons or pictures within your image sprite, then you can determine the width and height by just popping it in the ID. Okay, so for the next section of the tutorial, we're going to have a quick look at just some simple hover transitions and hover methods. So you'll remember that we added this row in. So I'm just going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to make this white. In fact, sorry, let's select all of these so we can make them all white at the same time. So I'm going to do a white, okay, and then we'll select all these, and I'm going to change the color here to a 333. So we're just making it opposite like that. And we're going to do a Control S to save, and we'll just do the same again. So what we're going to do is, let's start with star. We're going to do star hover background position, and then we'll go over the fireworks in a second and find the coordinates. So basically what we're saying here is that when we hover over the star icon, the ID star, we want the background position to change from 0, 0 to, and then whatever coordinates it is. So if we go ahead and select this one here, it's X 0 and Y 64. So we'll go ahead and do X 0 Y minus 64 pixels. Save that and we'll see what we end up with. Oh, I might need to refresh it here. There we go. None of these are going to change because we haven't done them yet, but there you go. So on hover, we can change from this style to this style of icon just by changing the background position within the image sprite. So we'll go ahead and just do it for all these again. So let's go ahead and add them in. So target hover background position, and it's going to be minus 64 pixels and then minus 128 pixels. Okay, oh sorry, no it's not. It'd be minus 128, wouldn't it? Minus 128 pixels and then minus 64 pixels. It's not going to be that either, sorry. Minus 64 pixels. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so let's check that one. There you go, that's the second one done. And we'll just get these two done quickly. Target, sorry, not target. Location, hover, background, position. I'll do x-axis will be minus 128 pixels, and the y-axis will be minus 64 pixels. And then the final one, which is poker, background, position, we'll do minus 192 pixels and then minus 64 pixels. So save that and see how we're doing. Everything's working as planned. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So basically that pretty much comes to the end of what image sprites is all about and how you change it on hover and things like that. I just wanted to show you a cool little effect you can create with some CSS transitions. So we'll do transition dot I'll do 1s for now. All, sorry, it's all dot 1s ease in dash ease dot in. It's not dot, ease dash in dash out. There we go. And we'll just add the WebKit and MozKit, all that stuff. Okay, sorry about that. Basically I applied the transition to the hover rather than up here, so we'll go ahead and apply it to these ones instead. We don't want to apply it to the hover because we want the effect to run both ways. Right, there we go. So we check it now. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this tutorial has helped at least one person become a better web designer and, you know, increase your knowledge somewhat and helps you with any future projects. But I mean, it's as basic as that, really. Just background images and background positions, and a bit of CSS transition. So if this tutorial has helped you, please do go ahead and give it a like down below. Ask your questions in the comment section below. I will do my best to get back to everyone. I'm saying that like there's going to be a lot of comments. Probably not, but anyway. Requests as well, stick them down in the comments below. I will see you in the next video.